If you currently sell on the Instagram platform, then you know how important it is to build an authority with your audience. So what better way to do this than to use retargeting ads that will get you shown to your audience every single time they hop on the platform. So I've been running ads on Instagram for quite a while now, so I have a pretty good understanding of the different ways you can set this up. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how you set up your first retargeting ad, the best ways to optimize for it, the different targeting that you could be pushing for, and ultimately how to use it to make a lot more money. Again, I've been running this for quite a while now. I get messages all the time from people inside my messages saying something just like this. And bro, I know I keep telling you this, but your ad strategy is cracked out. LOL. Every single time I open this app, Alec is sure to be there. So again, I'm building a lot of authority because I'm using the Meta platform to get more ads in front of people, push my content, send them some links, and ultimately get them closer to the sale. So let's dive right in. So this is my own ads platform right now. So you can see I've run a lot of different types of ads over the years. So I don't currently have my metrics because I went a little bit past when we were starting the business, but I'm going to show you how I approach it and how you might want to look at this inside of your own business. So today we're specifically going to be talking about retargeting ads. But again, there are a lot of different ways that you can use this platform. So I break this up with phase 1, 2, and 3. So we currently have phase 3 paused right now. But we have to think of this as a funnel. So whenever you have new leads coming in, they're in different stages. So the first stage is going to be new people, okay? So these are new audiences that are going to get introduced to you and your business. Number 2 is going to be the warm-up phase. Okay, so during the warm-up phase, our goal is to try to provide a lot of value so that they go from cold to warm, they're familiar with us, and they're getting some wins, okay? And then the final stage here is going to be the sales conversation. So here the goal is to start the conversation, introducing your offer, introducing how you do things, and getting that whole sales process started. So right now, let's talk about the retargeting purpose. So with retargeting, the goal is that you can get shown to your audience and specific audience as well. The platform allows you to go after certain people based on how they interact with your profile or how they use the platform itself. So now we can get shown to specific people based on their level of interest, how much they're engaging with your profile. And because of that, now we can spend our money very wisely because we're only putting it towards the people that, in this case, are engaging a lot. So let's go ahead and create our first retargeting ad. So there are multiple different ways for you to retarget people, but let's start with a very basic one. So whenever you go onto here, you're going to see different types of campaign objectives. I tend to like engagement a lot because with this, we can do DM ads, for example, and we're going to encourage the platform to push it to people that tend to message us. You can use engagement if you want people to also click on your profile. And I use leads as well if I want people to opt in for something on a website. So this is a huge benefit of the Meta platform. We're able to basically create different types of creatives with a specific goal in mind of enticing a call to action leading to a results. We then instruct that to the Meta platform, and then the Meta platform, based on what we instructed to do, is going to get better and better. So in this case, let's say that we're running a DM ad. So a DM ad is going to be something with a picture or a video that's going to basically offer something, and the person can message us to then get that resource, for example. So in our case, we have the Marketing Machine Playbook. It's an ebook that I created that's completely free that breaks down my entire marketing strategy. And it's an ebook that I offer on my ads. And if someone wants to get access to it, they can message me the word playbook. So I might run an ad that says, if you want access to this, message me the keyword playbook. So let's go through that example. I would create the engagement. I'll go for manual engagement campaign. And then right here, now we can start to break it down. So the way I like to name different campaigns is the phase that we're in and the overall targeting, if that's the case. So we might do phase 2, okay, because we're doing some retargeting. Again, phase 1 is the top of funnel. So these are new audiences, new people checking us out. In this case, we're going to be doing retargeting. So it's phase 2, and then we'll call it retargeting. And the goal here is going to be a DM. Okay, so I might do DM, and we have this one called digital assets because we're sending them towards our online resources. So we have the ebook, we have a free community. So in this case, we might just say call to action. And this would be in a DM ad that maybe doesn't really invite them towards a digital asset, but we're just inviting them to reach out to us if they want to learn more about ads, for example. So we can say DM call to action. Categories, so depending on the type of industry that you're in, you might have to limit yourself when it comes to the different types of demographics you can advertise to. So if you're in the credit space, for example, and you instruct credit or you help people get auto loans, financing, 0% funding, you'd have to click this. You can still run ads totally fine. You just don't have as much capabilities on the platform when it comes to targeting specific people or like lookalike audiences or like demographics. So totally fine, just have to make sure to click this on. Otherwise, if you try to run the ad, they're just gonna turn it down basically. So in this case, we're not doing that. We can then continue. There's also a lot of things you can do as well. So we have A/B testing and all that, but I just try to keep it simple. Once we get to the next phase here is when we're gonna start to think about the ad and the goal itself. So in this case, let's say that I'm creating an ad and it's all about learn about IG ads. Okay, so it might be learn about IG ads. That would be like the ad itself. And then I'm going to, in this case, name what the audience I'm going after. So I might say that the audience in this case might be engaged, and engaged IG, and I'll say 90 days. So this is a whole different video training right here, but basically the platform allows you to target specific people on the platform. And once we click on the audience target itself a little bit below, we'll be able to find engaged, messaged me, lookalike audiences. And so you can create these audiences within the platform if you were to go through this and all tools and the events manager. But with this, you're able to now target people that engage with your profile. This is one of my favorite retargeting strategies right here. It's very, very simple. And basically it's going to show your ads to anyone that likes, comments, or follows you. So if they like any of your posts, comments on any of your posts, if they follow your page, that's engagement with your profile. And so now they're going to get added to this bucket. So now if I'm running ads, the ads are going to get shown to anyone that fits within this budget or within this bucket. So depending on your budget, it might show to everyone every single day. If you have a huge amount of people in this category, it might not hit everyone the first time, but over time, most people should see it. So that's basically the goal right here. But you can also do different things. So you could do message me, for example. So every time someone messages you, now you can target those people. So that might be a phase 3 ad, for example, in which you have some call to actions in phase 2 that's warming people up. Now you know that these people are interacting with you a little bit more directly because they're reaching out, asking for something. These are going to be the hottest leads you have, most likely on the platform. So now you could target even further with the phase 3 ads going towards message me. And you can use that. You can also target the people that go onto your website, etc. There's a lot of different things you can do there. But in this case, we might just do engaged. And then depending on what the goal of the ad is, this is when we're going to be talking and instructing the platform what our goal is. So for example, if I'm sending people towards a school platform, I might click on website. If I want people to call us, I'd say call. If you want people to just simply watch your ad, if you're just trying to push content towards them, if you have a Facebook page, but most of the time, whenever we're doing the campaign that we're running right now, in this case, the example, I might just say messaging app itself, click the message, okay? And then I'm gonna specify which platform I'm looking to get them to message me on. So if you're pushing a lot of content on Facebook, you can also add Facebook. Obviously Meta owns both platforms, but I build most of my brand around IG. So I'll be focusing here. And then you can also instruct it, what is the max goal of this campaign? So if you're pushing towards a website, for example, are you optimizing for clicks? Are you optimizing for opt-ins? In this case, do we want people to simply just click on my profile, click on the message me, or do we actually want them to message me, right? So I would say, for example, in this case, I want to actually start conversations. The daily budget. So for retargeting, you can go a lot more conservative than a phase 1 ad, for example. With these, most of the time, depending on the type of ad itself, I'm doing a DM ad, that's a phase 2. I might even just run it at $2 because we're already going to be shown to this many people every single day. So however big your audience is, you could go a little bit higher, but this is already more than enough to be able to tap into most of your audience. So the goal with retargeting is that you're going to have multiple different types of ads. So if you have a limited budget, that's why you can still do quite a bit with this strategy, because at $2 a day, I might have 5 different ads. It's only costing me $10 a day, but I'm going to keep getting those messages from my audience. Hey, I can't stop seeing you on the platform. How are you doing this? Right? So I might set it for $2. It's saying past the date because I just put the date on the platform way back to kind of hide some of my stats. But from here, you might set the dates, right? And then budget scheduling. I don't really touch any of this. And then the audience controls. So now we're going to be able to specify a little bit more. Who are we looking to get pushed to? So depending on your offer, you could get more specific about the location as well. Some of what we teach in our program is helping them also get access to funding. Once you have ads that work, we can get you financing to then push it even further. So we do tend to mostly try to focus on people in the US because we have that extra part of our service that helps them also get access to that. Obviously, we talk a lot mostly about ads and systems, but once you have ads that work, all we need to do is just crank it up, right? So we have the United States credit system, so we kind of focus on this market right here, but you can obviously target anywhere in the world. You don't even have to actually have this set up, but then you can also set up based on age as well, so having a minimum, sometimes a maximum. And then this is when the fun part starts right here. So now we can target based on the custom audiences that we create. So this would be the custom audiences that we create, or we can go detailed targeting based on things that you think would make sense. So for custom audiences, if we're doing retargeting ads, this is when we're going to set up some of these. Okay, so some of the ones that I have set up are going to be engaged, okay, followed, messaged me. So these are some of the most straightforward ones that you most likely understand already. Okay, so engaged, again, anything having to do with like, comment, follow. If you have followed IG, this is going to be someone that just simply followed you, pretty straightforward, and then messaged. And you can see how I have these little brackets right here. And that's because it allows me to decide how long do I want to keep someone in this bucket. So if I set it for 30 days and they engage within 30 days, they'll stay in. But if their last like was 31 days ago, now we're not going to target them anymore. So if you want to put most of your budget towards people that are very, very hot and active at the moment, you can do that. I think 90 days is still very relevant, so I tend to focus on 90 days. But 90 days for engaged, messaged. But then you can also do more types of audiences as well. So for example, we push a lot of people towards our free school community because right now we're running a brand new strategy that a lot of coaches don't quite talk about just yet. And it's called the school conversion funnel. So basically our goal is to bring in a new audience towards my ecosystem, towards my IG, towards my different social media platforms. And the main goal is to bring them towards my free school community, because within that school community, we're providing so much value in the form of free trainings, getting access to more people in the space. We run free Zoom masterclasses as well. So there's a whole lot of value right there. And because of that, I'm able to really warm people up. And that's the ultimate goal here of pushing out content and providing value online, is to get people to trust you and get some wins for free. So what better way than to bring them into my community? So that's been a big focus for us. That's what we help our clients with. And if you want to learn more about that and how the school conversion funnel would work inside of your own business, go ahead and check out the link down below this video, and I can actually show you for free how we could implement that inside of your business. But that's why we have these inside of here. We have people that could simply just click on the link to go to school, or if they actually signed up, these are going to be two different types of people, right? They signed up, they're even more warmed up because they took that leap of faith to then join our program. So a lot of different things we can do here. But again, right now we're doing the engaged IG. So let's focus on that. I can click on that. And now we're going to target everyone that's engaged with my platform within the last 90 days. Okay, so daily results, about 100 to 300 already, maybe up to 10 conversations a day. And we're running it at $2 a day, right? So not bad. And then you can go a little bit more specific again with that age, the minimum, maximum. You can even go male, female, if you think that would pertain to your offer. If you're a dating coach for men, for example, you might want to focus on the men, right? But something I'll say when it comes to these different audiences is that the platform is very, very good at finding the people that resonate the most with your ad copy. So at the end of the day, this helps a lot to target. But if you're doing a phase one top of funnel ad, we actually don't put in that many restrictions because the platform is that good at finding the right audience. So even with the age, you can be a little bit more loose with it, because if the ad's going to test it out. The ad's going to test out people that are 18, 22, 65, 88, and if none of the 88 aged people are clicking on your ad or interacting, they're going to start to show it less and less to those people. If a lot of people that are around their 20s are clicking and engaging and messaging you, they're going to start to focus more and more on that audience, because the platform does want you to spend money. And the only way for you to keep spending money is for you to get results and make some money. So that's how that works. But then if you go a little bit further, we have detailed targeting. So whenever I'm doing phase 2 or phase 3, I really don't focus on this too much, just because I'm doing it based on my custom audience, based on how people interact with my profile. But if you do want to get a little bit more specific, you have all these different interests that you could go through. You can browse. They have a lot. Okay, so this is one case. For example, if you are part of that credit category at the very top that I showed you, you would be somewhat limited when it comes to this. But if you know your audience and you know that you're helping divorced men, for example, or anything like that, you could, for example, go for a single, right? So just an example. So now the platform, based on how the person engages with the platform, they might most likely be single. And so now they would focus on these types of people, okay? Again, the platform is very good at finding these people, but if you want to specify a little bit more, you can absolutely do that right here. And then you have the placements. So the placements, I prefer to tell it where to go. It can still play with it. It's still very good at finding everything. But for me, I tend to focus a lot, again, on the Instagram platform. I'm not going to be running it anywhere else. And so from that, I tend to focus on the Instagram feed, profile feed, and I like the explore page a little bit less. I know some people do that, but I tend to turn these off, just because if someone's on the explore page, they're most likely just looking for some kind of fun content. And then stories, I do love running it on stories and on the reels, the search results, so I don't really use this as much myself. So typically whenever I'm running these ads, or even phase 1 ads, all my ads are basically only showing to these different types of formats. But that's basically it for the ad right here. And then we're going to go a little bit deeper for the actual ad itself. So Meta calls this the 3 different parts right here. So that's a whole different training as well. But we have the ad campaign, which is basically like the goal of what the ads will be for inside. The ad sets are going to be more about the audience itself. And then the ad is the actual ad itself. So from here, now we're actually going to create the ad. So I might call it what we said right here, right? Learn about IG ads. Okay, and then create the ad. I tend to turn this off, multi-advertiser ads, and then we might add some media. So with that, I'll add an example. So to show you how this works, you would click right here. You can either add an image or a video. Both of them work. Phase 1, I do tend to prefer doing videos because they're very engaging. If someone doesn't know you just yet, they might spend the time to give you a shot. But for phase 2 and phase 3, they both work. So let's just say that we're doing image, for example. I might select my new ad that we just started running. So whenever I create an ad copy, I tend to do it for both formats, because again, we're not just showing it in the reels and in the stories. We're going to be showing it also on the main homepage. So with this, I create it in the story or reel format, but I also create it inside of the post format as well. As you can see that most of my picture ads are doubled. So now I might do this, and now we can see how the format is great. Okay, so this one, for example, says join my free school community, which you should absolutely be doing as well. You can find the link down below, but I would click right here, And now we can see it automatically populates right here. We can even see the example. So now I might click on the preview button. And so now I can see exactly what the ad would look like whenever it gets shown on the platforms. So sometimes the format's a little bit weird, so I might have to fix that and move it around, okay? So that I can fix how it's showing up, although right here it seems to be just fine. And so from there, now we can keep moving down, okay? So if you're doing a message me ad, you don't have to get too complicated with the overall copy because all the copy is happening right here. But I might just say what the ad's about, for example. So join my free school group, okay? The call to action, I usually don't really use these AI generation, although you absolutely can. You can also add different text options as well. The whole purpose of ads is basically testing different things out to see what works, right? What makes the most money. As one big part of your job right now is absolutely always testing, okay? So right here, and we can also see how that just fixed itself, but I might add join my free school group, join the #1 free coach community. It's cool. Okay, so basically now it's going to show my ad with this text right here. Then it's going to show my ad with this text right here. And based on the interaction with the ad, it's going to start to focus on the one that gets the best results, basically. So you can absolutely have different variations of your ad as well. Call to action here is sending an Instagram message. And the great thing here is that you can pre-populate messages as well, which makes it very, very easy for the person to take that next step. So inside of here, I would then be able to pre-populate what I want them to say. So let's say, for example, obviously on this one, it's the copy on the ad is just click below. But let's say, for example, it says, DM me school to join the free community. So now I might say something like, hi, you can add custom text as well. So here I have the name already built in. Okay, so every single time someone pops in, it's going to say their name automatically. I tend to try to fix that right there. They always add a gap for some reason. So I like message me the word school to get access to the #1 free online coach community. Okay. So now we're going to make sure we don't have any typos. All right. Okay, so now we can see what the message would look like. So hi, if the person's name is Tom, it'll say, hi Tom, message me the word school to get access to the #1 free online coach community. Then we're going to remove all these extra ones right here. And then I'm going to put in the word school. So whenever they click on the ad, they can literally just click on send. It's automatically going to send the message right here. Okay, so that's a great thing. You can also add an automated response, which is something that's new that they added to this right here. I actually use automation side of Go High Level to automatically respond, automatically add them to my CRM so I can follow up with them. But let's say that we're just doing this. I might not save this right now. And there we go. Now the ad is basically ready to go. I'm going to add tracking as well. It's not that important right here based on the ad that we're running in this case, but if you're running a click ad, then this is very important because if I want to optimize for opt-ins, for example, we really need it to be tracking based on my pixel right here. But that's one way to set up your retargeting ads so that now every single time someone hops on the platform, they're going to see your new ad, and hopefully that's going to build a lot more authority with your audience. It's going to move them a little bit closer towards that sale right there so you can make a lot more money. If you have any questions as it pertains to running ads, building out the systems on the back end when someone actually clicks on the ad, be sure to join our free school community that actually shows you how to run those phase 1, 2, and 3 ads, how to build your offer, how to build out all your systems so that you can run a business that you genuinely love, that provides you with a lot of freedom and lifestyle. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.